Welcome to the second segment on this January 23, 2005. On the show today, we have the founding member of People for a Better Future, Tara Lee.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the Harry Thomas Show. Yeah, we launched a website, okay, and it's People for a Better Tomorrow. And where can we find that?
Oh, you can find that at Harry Thomas, that's HarryThomas.NZ Free Servers, that's NZFreeservers.com. You can also contact us at harrybna@netzero.com. And again, thank you, NetZero, for providing free web service so we can get this information out there.
Yes, and people like us need to take some action about what's going on, and that's what we are, is a grassroots movement. And we are working on getting a P.O. box sometime within a week, folks. And what we have is a free newsletter. Our membership is free. Let me say that right off the bat. We're not asking for anything, people. We want information out for free. Okay, anyone who's fed up with the world and the way the world is going, the direction of it's going, and our governments and our world governments are taking us from all around the world. We're going to put a stop to it. We are against the project for the new American century. And if you don't know anything about this organization, folks, you need to get informed. You need to get informed. Now, our newsletter, we just put out a new one, and it's got a lot of information about what we are trying to do. Now, we cover some news stories for the week. Now, when we get our P.O. box set up, if you want a free copy, we'll print it out. We already have members who donated ink and printers and equipment. Our bills right now are limited. We're using free services, and there's a handful of us here right now, and we're going to make this grow. Information is free. You send us an envelope with your address on it, and because we'll match your postage. You've already paid it by mailing the postage to us, and we'll mail you a newsletter. And of course, you can just sign up at harrybna@netzero.com. Send an email with the subject line, sign me up for the newsletter, and we'll just email it to you, and it'll be no cost at all.
And you're a member when you say you're a member. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, membership is free here, folks. But to get back to what we were talking about in the first segment, is we were covering... And what we like to do is we like to cover news stories that they don't get much, they blow by real quick in the media. Nobody seems to want to cover them. And when they do, it's in the back page. It's on the news wire, Associated Press. News stories don't even be picked up. But we do like to report the ones that have been picked up. And, the second inauguration was what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And how C-SPAN and didn't have any commentary. They weren't putting any spin on it. And how far different that was from ABC and CBS and NBC, MSNBC, where they were the commentators were spinning it up, like saying the same thing over and over again. So we've had reports of them piping out the jeers.
Them piping applause to cover the jeers, which, on the face, there's nothing wrong with jeering the president. We've made it. Now it's become taboo in this country, and that's frightening. I mean, I wish everybody, it's been a long time for me, but I have reread the Declaration of Independence and our Constitution very recently, and they go into exactly what's happening today about being able to speak out against the government and not allowing the government to use fear to control us. And that's what they're doing on a regular basis. we wanted to, in this segment, get into the bogus terrorist reports that came out of Boston, Massachusetts this past week.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, I'm sorry to interrupt. In my opinion, it's just another way of keeping the people afraid enough to let these bills be passed, like the Patriot Act. Let it be okay for the military to set up checkpoints. If the people are not constantly in fear from these terrorists, whoever they may be, then the people are willing to give up their freedoms in the name of security. We're no more secure than we were.
Well, the people know that. We went originally into Iraq over weapons of mass destruction. There was no weapons of mass destruction. And, Colin Powell and other members of the cabinet, President's cabinet, are on record as saying that they absolutely positively know for a fact that not only they have weapons of mass destruction, they plan to use them against America, and they're a threat. And we know for a fact now that that's wrong. And I think a lot of Americans are waking up to these lies that are being told to us by politicians that are just wanting to push their agenda through fear. Through fear. And that's another way where I seen the symbols in the inauguration coming out. When they were coming down the street in the limousine with the Secret Service surrounding them, the military buildup, they were in military formation, folks. They were marching down the street in military formation as a message to the world that they are coming. It's not just here in the United States. The tyranny that we are just starting to see here is already being implemented and have been in this country, but even worse in Europe.
Well, President Bush did even address that in his inauguration speech. As a matter of fact, that's pretty much all he talked about, is how he's going to force freedom down the world's throat. Whatever definition of freedom that King Bush has. And that is literally what he talked about, liberating the world, giving the world his freedom.
Well, freedom is torture and all these other crazy kind of means that they want to take over by.